Now, inflation impacting how much Canadians are spending on dining out, if at all.
A recent survey from the Agri-Food Analytics Lab, along with cattle, says that 81% of restaurant goers have noticed an increase in menu prices over the past year, which has in turn influenced their choices. Nearly 90% of those surveyed say they are visiting restaurants less due to higher food prices, while 77% are opting for more affordable dining establishments. So to break this all down, we are joined by Sylvain Charlebois, Senior Director of the Agri-Food Analytics Lab at Dalhousie University. Sylvain, great of you to join us again. I think what stands out from this survey is just the level of dissatisfaction diners, consumers are feeling in restaurants these days. So maybe you can elaborate on that kind of statistic that really jumped out.
Yeah, it is a bit of a shocker. We all know that menu prices have gone up. We know that our experience is a bit different due to labor shortages and things like that. Some restaurants are actually opening just a few days now, over a week. But expectations have gone way, way up, clearly. In Ontario, for example, only 29% of Ontarians have actually left satisfied from their restaurant experiences in the last year, 29%. So it means that the majority of people in Ontario are leaving the restaurant being unsatisfied, given the money they just spent. And so when menu prices go up, so do expectations, unfortunately.
Yeah, I find that is now the icebreaker in conversations when you're with friends. It's not about housing prices anymore because it's unaffordable for a lot of people. So we just talk about something that we can talk about that's kind of attainable in going out for dinner and telling people, man, I got this and just a glass of wine and it was $200. And that's what people are talking about, the increased awareness of menu prices. It's wild for a lot of people.
Actually, sometimes you can get a dinner for $200 without wine.
Yeah.
These days, it's just unbelievable. So we're getting closer to the holidays. A lot of people will be thinking about going out with family members, with friends, co-workers. And obviously, I think based on what we're seeing right now with our data, a lot of organizers will be looking at menu prices before planning anything. And so they'll be looking for good prices as much as possible. They'll be looking for discounts, rebates. But when it comes to expectations, three things came up in our survey. Skimflation, shrinkflation, and the quality of service. So smaller portion sizes, a lot of people have noticed. Portions are much smaller than they used to. Skimflation, ingredients are different. A lot of restaurant operators are using cheaper ingredients. And finally, the quality of service. I'm sure you guys have experienced it. I've experienced it. When you see a lot of people in training all the time, it shows.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to touch on that, Sylvain, because, you know, it's interesting that during the pandemic, everyone left and got a side hustle, whatever that might be, and restaurants were struggling to retain labor. And now, because the high cost of everything, you know, you pointed out that 51% of restaurants operate at a loss. That's compared to just 12% pre-pandemic. So even though restaurants need the staff right now, they're not necessarily hiring. And the people that they do get, well, they might be new or there's a lot of turnover. So that's just an interesting thing, Sylvain. But, you know, the fact that restaurants have so much overhead right now, things are expensive for them to get that food on the table. Do you think that also justifies a lot of restaurants or just, you know, places with the kind of rampant tipping that's being presented to customers as well? Like, that's a way that they think that they can kind of make up some of the costs. Do you think that there's a connection there?
Oh, absolutely. A lot of people are ordering in. They're ordering to eat their meals at home to avoid the tip, which can be up to 20, 25%. So it's a lot of money these days. A lot of people are careful. They want to treat themselves, but they don't want to go bankrupt either. So they're trying different ways to save money as much as possible. But the disturbing thing right now, to be honest, chains are fine. I mean, I'm not worried about McDonald's or Tim Hortons. I'm worried about the independents out there.
Yeah.
Independents renting a locale for their establishments. Their rents have gone up. Costs have gone up. Traffic has gone down because they're probably downtown Toronto. expecting people to come in. There's not as many people coming in downtown to work on a regular basis. So those independent operators are really suffering. And I think the bulk of the 51% you just mentioned are independent operators.
Yeah, that's a shame.
That is
a
way
real
too
shame.
bad. That adds to the culture of a city. That's what it's all about. All right, Sylvain Charlebois, thank you very much for chatting with us here.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.